Hello folks, welcome back to the Merrimack Police Community Update Program. I'm Community Service Officer Robert Kelleher. Nice to have you back. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about the new hands-free electronic device law. And I will show you the poster. This is the new hands-free texting law, or the hands-free electronic device law, that is going to be taking effect July 1st, 2015. So with that being said, there's been a major push, and it's been a community requested law really about the distracted drivers. As you know, there is many different ways of folks being distracted behind the wheel, and it's been causing a major issue not only in New Hampshire but throughout the country. Many deaths have been associated with distracted driving, and it's actually been the #1 cause of motor vehicle fatalities in the country. We all think the DWIs and those type of offenses were really high, but distracted driving has become a major issue throughout the country. So we have a few different, I have some information here that I want to share. During the past 4 years, 116 fatal crashes in New Hampshire were caused by distraction. Now again, distraction can be, reading a newspaper, eating your breakfast on the way to work. But the most serious distraction we've seen is electronic devices. As you can see, what I'm holding up here is my cell phone. So the way we are trying to address this issue is the use of Bluetooth technology, because technology is not going away. So as smart as the phones are becoming, also technology for hands-free has come a long way as well. So this little device right here is called a Bluetooth headset. What you do is you put it in your ear. It fits right in your ear. And with this Bluetooth technology, I don't even have to touch my phone. I can call from this Bluetooth. I can answer if I'm receiving a call. And I can make a call from here. So all I do is I press the button and it gives me a command. Make a call. And I can say, call Merrimack Police, and it will actually dial it from my phone, and it will connect right through my phone. So I never have to hold on to my phone to make a call or receive a call. If a call is coming in, all I do is hit the button, and it's just like hitting the button on the phone to answer a call. So I never have to, I can leave my phone in my pocket, and as long as the Bluetooth is activated, connected with my phone, if I receive a call, I just hit the button, say hello, and I never have to take a hand off the wheel just for a second, and I can always focus on driving. So this law doesn't bar you from using electronic devices, but what it is hands-free, so that you're not distracted. There's 3 parts of distractions in electronic devices, okay? So you have the visual distraction when you're looking at the phone, and then you have the the manual distraction, where you have to dial a phone number, and then you have the mental distraction. So you have 3 distractions going on if you're trying to make a phone call or texting. So that's why it's really dangerous to be, using electronic devices. So here's some more statistics. The increasing use of electronic devices is fast becoming a primary distraction. We know that. While texting, a driver is 23 times more likely to crash. So if you're trying to text, you're looking down, you're trying to manipulate your phone, and mentally you're trying to figure out what you want to say, 23 times more likely to be in a crash. That is very dangerous. Sending or receiving a text distracts the driver for almost 5 seconds. So it's 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. 5 seconds it takes for somebody to receive a text and read it, or to type a text and send it. So at 50 miles an hour, we'll be traveling longer than the length of a football field during that 5 seconds at 50 miles an hour, right? So if you're on the highway, who's driving 50 miles an hour? Nobody. Around town, that might be average, but at 50 miles an hour, in 5 seconds, you're going to be traveling further than a football field. That's irresponsible and extremely dangerous. Even dialing a phone number increases the risk of a crash by 3 times. So I think the time has come, the need has come, and the new law will take effect July 1st, 2015. Okay? Here is all the information. So what it says is, no use of handheld electronic devices capable of providing voice or data communication while driving or temporarily halted in traffic for a stop sign or traffic signal or other momentary delays. I can attest, and I'm sure you can too, that you've seen many people at a stop sign or a traffic light looking down at presumably their phone. The light turns green and they're still sitting there. Most of the time you have to toot the horn, they get undistracted, and then they proceed. So that is actually part of the law, where not even at a traffic light or stop sign, you cannot use your electronic devices. This also includes cell phones, GPSs, tablets, iPods, iPads, or other devices that require data entry. So if they come out with a new electronic device, that will be covered as well. The exception to all these is emergency calls to 911 or other public safety agencies will be allowed. So if you come upon an accident or an emergency situation, you can call 911. Do not fear of violating the law and not calling 911 for an emergency. Okay, I want to say that again. You can call 911 without violating the hands-free law. Okay? Bluetooth or other hands-free electronic devices will be allowed. So again, this is one form of a Bluetooth technology. Okay? It's very small and it's comfortable in your ear. You don't even, you don't even know that it's in there. There's many manufacturers out there that have, similar devices and all different makes and models. So please, if you do plan on using your phone, please be responsible and go out and get yourself a Bluetooth capable device, okay? One-hand non-cellular two-way radio will be will be allowed. So if a truck needs to call on a CB radio, that will be allowed. Here's an interesting part to the law. Teen drivers under the age of 18 will not be allowed to use any electronic devices, handheld or not, except to report an emergency. Anyone violating this will be subject to penalties and license suspensions or revocations. So anyone under the age of 18 cannot use any electronic devices, including Bluetooth. So anyone under 18 cannot use any electronic devices. Okay? But again, they can call 911 if it's an emergency without violating the law. So here is the penalties. First offense is a $100 fine plus penalty assessment will be assessed onto that $100 fine. Second offense will be a $250 fine plus penalty assessments. Okay? And then the third offense within 2 years will be a $500 fine plus penalty assessments. Okay? We don't want anybody to have a first offense because, right, you're taking the risks. The risks that we talked about, who wants to risk your life for a virtually useless phone call or a useless text message? If you're driving somewhere, I like to tell, the people I talk to, shut your phone off. You're not going to receive or send a phone call or a text message that's that important that you can't wait. Either send it prior to getting in behind the wheel or when you finally come to your destination. Okay? Sit back, listen to the radio, and then you don't have to worry about violating the hands-free law. So I want to talk about the other. We have if you have any questions on the law for the distracted driving, you can go under, it's www.gencourt.state.nh.us, and under there you will find the RSAs for all the laws, the general court laws. And right here, okay, motor vehicle laws, chapter 265, rules of the road. And under rules of the road, it says serious traffic offenses. And the section is RSA 265:79-C. And that gives you the use of mobile electronic devices while driving. Okay? And it gives you the whole law. It's spelled right out. Okay? Now, I had a question. Somebody asked me if, under this new law, if you could, if you had the capabilities on your phone with a speaker and you receive a call, can you answer that call without holding the phone, answering the call, and then using the Bluetooth in the phone. And that is acceptable. Okay? So under section C, it does say the definition shall not preclude the use of either hand merely to activate, deactivate, or initiate a function of the telephone. Okay? So if your phone has a speaker on it, you can initiate the call and then use the speaker so you're not holding the phone to talk. Okay? That's only if your phone is capable with the speaker. Okay? You can initiate the call. That means you can send the call and you can end the call. When the call's ended, you can hit the end and then put your phone down. Okay? You won't be in violation of the law. But again, it's more important if you have a phone that has that. Most likely it's a Bluetooth phone. You can get an earpiece that can do the same thing, and you don't even have to pick up your phone. Okay? So it goes right in your ear, just like that. I don't even know what's in there. I can initiate a call right from here, call Merrimack Police, and it will make the call itself. I can talk, and I can end the call just by clicking the button, and it shuts the phone call off. Simple as that. I can still have my hands on the wheel, temporarily hit the button, and shut it off. No different than turning your radio on or off, or your volume, or your heater control, or air conditioner, anything like that. It's a safe way to travel. I'm not distracted. I'm not looking down. I don't need to look at my phone to see who's calling or anything. Okay, it's just a click of the button. Hello. Goodbye. Hit the button. Okay? So that's what the law is intended for. Please be responsible and courteous to everybody on the road. There's been way too many fatalities, and not only just fatalities, but injuries. You become involved in a serious car crash, people forget that there's many people that get severely injured. And a severe injury, that could be loss of a limb, paralyzed. They don't consider them fatals, but serious injuries and accidents is way too much when it's not necessary. Okay, here's a statistic from 2003 to 2010. You had 91,938 people injured in car accidents. At the same number, you had 5,526 people seriously injured in distracted motor vehicle accidents, and then 1,097 people lost their life. Okay, so this is another program. It's called Driving Towards Zero. Okay, our goal is to hit that zero number. We don't want anybody to lose their life from distracted driving. Okay. So not only that, I think I've hammered that enough. July 1st, right, which is 3 weeks away, okay, the new law comes out. And I'll show it one more time so everybody can see it. All right, the new hands-free electronic device law. Okay, I can assure you that this new law is going to be enforced very strictly. Okay, there's been a lot of time and dedication to creating this new law, and it's been community demanded. you can see it all the time. There's always talks about, distracted driving. So I can assure you that law enforcement throughout the state of New Hampshire will be strictly enforcing this law, starting July 1st, 2015. So please don't, you can't say, oh, I didn't know that, the law, came into effect, okay? There's been a lot of publication about it. They spent a lot of effort advertising it, so everybody knows the law effective July 1st, 2015. And again, if you want to read the law for yourself, if you have any questions, go to that website I told you, or if you just Google New Hampshire motor vehicle laws, it will bring you to this site. They're called Rules of the Road. Okay, that's what governs any law in the state of New Hampshire, the Rules of the Road, and it's RSA 265:79-C. Okay, and you can read it for yourself. Okay, so I think we've said enough about that. Summer is here, so there's a lot of other activities going on. Not only is the distracted driving, the electronic device laws, but we also here, I want to share this card here because I feel it's very important. If you can see that, it says, New Hampshire police officers love kids too. Okay? What this is it's a reminder about child safety. So when you're transporting your kids, make sure they're in the proper seat, child restraint, okay? Anyone under the age of 18 must be in a proper child restraint, whether it's a rear-facing child if it's an infant, forward-facing child restraint up to the certain height and weight. And then you have your seat belts, okay? Your child, depending on their height and weight, must be secured in a proper seatbelt. So no, you cannot allow your kids to put their seatbelt behind their arm. That is not a proper position for a seatbelt. So please, and especially, the emphasis on distracted driving. We know there's many people out there driving distracted, amongst other issues that we have, driving under the influence of not only liquor, but prescription medications. And like I said earlier, people are distracted driving, reading newspapers, they're eating their breakfast on the way to work. Just so many distractions nowadays in vehicles. So please, buckle your kids up. And not only kids. If you're not buckled up, how are you going to keep your kids safe? Okay? Be a good role model for everybody. Please buckle your seatbelt. It will save your life. And the most important thing, as a driver, it keeps you behind that wheel. So if something, falls off a truck and you have to swerve to avoid that article, that seatbelt is gonna keep you behind the wheel in order to keep control of your vehicle. As you know, we had a fatal accident about a month ago on the Everett Turnpike. The driver of the vehicle was not seatbelted. The two passengers had their seatbelts properly on, and the vehicle rolled over. Unfortunately, that unseatbelted driver lost his life. The other two people didn't even have a scratch. So I can't emphasize enough about wearing your seatbelt. It will save your life just as much as not being a distracted driver will save your life. Okay? And that's the push for driving to zero. Okay? If we can hit our goal of 0 fatalities, that's what we aim for. Okay? We don't want 1 fatality to happen if it's preventable. Okay? The state of New Hampshire, this is a very beautiful state, as you know, and we have one of the largest populations of motorcycle registrations. So that means per capita, New Hampshire has a lot of motorcycles on the road. So we share the road with a lot of different types of people. And one of the largest groups is motorcycles. So here's the bumper sticker. It's been around for a long time. Always check for motorcycles, okay, in your mirror, and really be, courteous to motorcycles. If you're a distracted driver, some people will actually see a motorcycle coming, but because they're distracted, their mind doesn't understand, hey, it's not a car to them or a truck, and they'll just pull out in front of them. Okay? So please, the hands-free, try to be as undistracted as possible. And that goes for, screaming kids. Please, when you're behind the wheel, stay focused, because a lot of people count on you not being distracted for their life. And, a large majority is motorcycles. We all love to share the road, and New Hampshire is one of the most beautiful states to ride motorcycles, and, the view is just absolutely beautiful. So please be aware, there's a lot of motorcycles on the road. So always check your mirrors, look twice, and be courteous. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you is, this is the poster that, we don't want to happen. As you can see up top, dead end. So, we do not want that. Okay, I thought I would just end this segment with that. July 1st, 2015, the new hands-free electronic device law will be in effect. Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, you go online, check the law out. If you still have any questions, please feel free to call me. I'm at 420-1853, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. Thank you, and have a good night.